Hello, my name is Lou Marcos, and I'm a professor of English and scholar in residence at Houston Baptist University, where I have taught since 1991. In the fall of 2021, I will be teaching a class on the Chronicles of Narnia. Now, this class is part of the English major, but I teach it in such a way that it is accessible to non-English and also non-humanities majors. And because of the way I teach the class, I am making this video to invite STEM students to consider taking my class as an elective. Yes, if you're majoring in science or business or engineering or math, I would like to give you 5 reasons why studying the Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis will make you better in your career. First of all, whatever career you take, whatever profession you work at, whether you're in a lab or a business office or an engineering school, you are going to be put in a position where you have to make difficult decisions. We often get into dilemmas where it's not clear whether we should go to the right or go to the left. How can we learn the way to make proper decisions? Learning a skill is not going to help you know what decision to make in a difficult situation. However, if you study the Chronicles of Narnia and watch as human characters enter another world that is both like and unlike ours and come into situations where they must make difficult choices, if you wrestle with those characters, it will train you, as in a laboratory, to make your own proper decisions. Let me give you 2 examples. In The Magician's Nephew, a child hero named Diggory accidentally brings an evil witch into Narnia. It happens because he makes some bad decisions that he didn't mean to do. Well, Aslan, the Lion King, gives Diggory a chance to make up for his error and sends him on a mission, a quest, to pluck an apple that Aslan needs to protect Narnia from the witch. When he gets the apple, the witch meets him and tempts him to steal the apple and bring it home, promising him the apple will heal his mother, who is dying of cancer back in London. It is a difficult decision, but Diggory chooses not to steal the apple. He brings it back to Aslan, who gives him another apple that will heal his mother, and then tells him that if he had stolen the apple, it would have healed his mother, but a time would have come when they both decided it would have been better if she had died. How is that for a difficult decision that has consequences? The children's stories of Chronicles of Narnia can help you deal with situations that you will come into in the workforce. Here's another example from The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, where our child heroine makes the wrong choice. Her name is Lucy, and she's on a quest to find a magician's book and get a spell from the book. She finds a spell that will make her more beautiful than any other girl, and she almost says it, but Aslan stops her. Then, because she's mad, she jumps in and says another spell that will allow her to hear what her friends are saying about her. Because she eavesdrops, she hears one of her friends say something mean about her because she's being bullied. Aslan tells her, "The girl loves you, she was only bullied." But Lucy knows that now her friendship will never be the same because of the bad choice that she made. Again, you will have to go through choices like that in whatever profession you take. And having wrestled with those in Narnia, I promise, will make you stronger and help you to make the right decisions in the right time. Now, I just said that the workplace is a confusing and complex place. It's also a place where you will be tempted to both unethical and immoral behavior. And if you want to survive in the workforce, you have to strengthen virtue within you. I don't mean the phony values you've been taught since you were a kid. Environmentalism, multiculturalism, tolerance, inclusivism, egalitarianism. These things are not bad, but this is not virtue. Those are not the virtues that will save you through a difficult situation. Real virtues are courage, wisdom, self-control, justice. And throughout human history, the major way that virtues have been passed down, instilled in children, and taught to adults are through stories, and especially myths and fairy tales. Well, the Chronicles of Narnia will help instill those virtues in you. Look at courage. In The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Aslan, the Lion King, willingly lays down his life on the stone table to save Edmund and the whole land of Narnia. That takes courage, not the courage we normally think of rushing into danger, but the courage to withstand what you need to bring about a good and proper end. And when he does that, when he lays down his life, he shows more courage than in any of the battles that he fights in the other chronicles. Another example of courage is in The Silver Chair, where a group of heroes are caught by a green witch who bewitches their mind and tries to convince them that there is no Narnia and no sun and no Aslan. And she's confusing them because she has a fire that's emitting a hypnotic smoke. While our hero Puddleglum, though he knows it will hurt, shoves his foot in the fire, causing himself pain, but clearing the room of the smoke and allowing the children to see through the lies of the witch and escape to freedom. Now, I said you need virtue, but in addition to virtue, if you are going to survive the complex business world of today, you must also be able to recognize lies and deception and vice. And again, the Chronicles of Narnia will help you not only to learn virtue, but to learn the true face of evil. Two of the faces of evil are relativism and expediency. Well, if you take my class, you'll read with me The Last Battle, which is about the destruction and defeat of Narnia. Now, technically, Narnia is defeated by an external enemy known as the Calormans, but she only loses because she's already been weakened within by moral corruption, because the evil characters have made them believe that Aslan, the god of Narnia, and Tash, the evil demonic god of Calormen, are actually one and the same. They call him Tashlan. We call this relativism, the idea that there are no standards of good and evil, there are only your feelings or your ideas or the culture you come from. If you read The Last Battle, it will show you and expose the long-term dangers of relativism. What about expediency? That is known as the ends justify the means. We often call that Machiavellian today. Well, in another of the chronicles that is called Prince Caspian, that's the second one in the original order. In Prince Caspian, the good guys are fighting a bad group of tyrants known as the Telmarines. And Nicobrick, the dwarf, is on the side of the good guys, but not because he's good, but because he thinks they will help him defeat his enemy, the Telmarines. But guess what? When the good guys are not working fast enough for him, when he loses faith that Aslan and the children from our world can really help, he turns around and tries to make a spell to bring back the White Witch, the most evil enemy of all Narnians. But because he's convinced himself that the ends justify the means, he almost destroys Narnia. Instead, he dies an ignoble death doing a terrible deed. All right, number 4, all of us in this world are pilgrims on the road, and especially in the modern marketplace, most of you will change your career 3 or 4 times. You need to know what it means to be a pilgrim, what it means to be on a journey, and stay true to that journey. And if you read The Horse and His Boy, you'll learn of a young boy named Shasta, who goes on a journey to Narnia to seek the freedom he has never known. And he goes through so many dangers and trials, but if you follow with him and wrestle with him in my class, it will help you to understand what it means to truly follow your calling. Notice I didn't say follow your dream. This is not the Disney Channel. Follow your chosen calling, what you were made to do. And reading Narnia, I believe, will give you some courage and direction. Finally, 4 of those reasons I gave you are true for any students. But I want to end quickly for students who, like myself and C.S. Lewis, have committed their life to Christ and want to be salt and light in the world as Christians. Well, most of you will be in a job where you can't stand up and speak about Jesus and share the gospel. You'll lose their job. Well, what can you do? You can do what C.S. Lewis did. He so much absorbed the Christian faith with all of its virtues and all of its understanding of human nature. And he put that in Narnia in a way that is not preachy, but that is compelling. So compelling that people who are not religious at all are drawn to Narnia and are challenged to seek a life of virtue. Study Narnia, and maybe you can be a doctor or businessman or nurse who so internalizes the beauty of Christ that people will come to you and ask you why you are different. Thank you, and I hope you will join me in the world of Narnia.